Xiaomi kept us waiting for a long time for a refresh of the Mi line. Though the Mi 4 landed in India just last year, it's been around for almost 2. So, is this Mi 5 worth the wait? Well, let's find out in this note. A phone that predated both the Samsung devices. The metal to the side now curves and really helps with ergonomics. The fact that the Mi 5 sports a 5-point standpoint is the weight. At 129 grams, one of the first things you notice when you pick this phone up is how light it is. The 7.3mm thickness helps too. Other highlights include an IR blaster up top, support for dual SIMs by default, sadly no microSD, and I really appreciate Xiaomi using the understated dots for capacitive keys rather than the menu markings that they've continued to use long after switching to recent apps. Now, if only Xiaomi let us swap the recent apps and back keys, it would be great. Quite quick and accurate. However, it's not always on, so you need to press the actual home key before it can scan your fingerprint. That said, it's fast enough that most times you're in the home screen almost immediately after you press the home key. This also happens to double as a capacitive key, so if you want to go all capacitive once you've turned that display on, you sure can. Personally, I'm a little sad to see the replaceable back covers go. I love that aspect of the Mi 4. The 3D Gorilla Glass 4 does look nice, and like I mentioned, because there are black lines surrounding the display that create an illusion of the bezels being much thinner than they actually are. But that said, the display itself is excellent. Yes, the resolution is still 1080p, but 428 pixels per inch is still pretty dense in my honest opinion. I don't see any pixelation unless I really go looking for it. The contrast is very good and the color reproduction spot on. The viewing angles are excellent as well. The Mi 5's display uses more LEDs for backlighting, 16 compared to the usual 12, resulting in brightness levels in excess of 600 nits. That, coupled with the low reflectivity, means this display is very legible for and 128 gigs of onboard storage. All three variants are powered with the Snapdragon 820 chip. And Snapdragon 820 has two sets of dual custom cryo cores. This is the base 32GB variant you're seeing in this video. And this one has its cores clocked at 1.8 and 1.6 GHz each. Then there's also 3GB of RAM and a 3000 mAh non-user replaceable battery. Both of the other variants have their cores clocked at 2.15 and 1.6 GHz instead, with the top 128GB variant called the Mi 5 Pro having 4GB of RAM and a ceramic back. I should be getting my hands on that soon, and let me know if you'd like to see me come back to the Mi 5 and shoot a dedicated review video for the Mi 5 Pro. Anyway, despite the lower clocked cores, this Mi 5 performed well. With intensive tasks like gaming, it held its own, didn't break a sweat no matter what game we threw at it. While it did get a little warm with intensive usage, like after continuous gaming or shooting 4K video, it never got hot and did not even break the 42-degree mark. That's just very good. The audio via the downwards facing speakers quite loud and rich. The quality via the earphones was amazing, very clean and excellent levels. Cellular reception was top notch and the call quality was above average as well. So with that, we now get to battery life. The Mi 5, like I said, regular day involves a couple of hours of calls, some light gaming, crossy road mostly, an hour or so of streaming video, a couple of hours of music via Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and 3G on all day, push notifications for social media, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, some WhatsApp, some mails, and all this without tinkering around with Xiaomi's battery profiles. If you use them, you're going to be able to get more out of this battery. So now let's move on to the cameras. To the back, the Mi 5 is one of the first devices to be using Sony's IMX298 sensor. 16 megapixels and a lens with an f/2.0 aperture, face detection, autofocus, and optical image stabilization. Xiaomi is actually using 4-axis OIS for better stabilization. This camera performed great. There's plenty of detail in the images, the colors are natural, the dynamic range is excellent, the performance holds up even under artificial lighting. In fact, I shot a dedicated camera review and I'll leave a card to it along with a link in the description below. Do check that out for a more in-depth look into the camera of the Mi 5. The front-facing 4-megapixel, the camera did hunt for focus a little, but that's more a me nitpicking. But what isn't is the fact that Xiaomi hasn't included support for 1080p 60fps video. I really wish Xiaomi would add that in the future. The user interface is nothing new, it's pretty feature packed, includes a solid manual mode, We've seen all this before. The shutter response is fast and this camera is quite quick to focus. Talking about software, the Mi 5 runs on Android 6 Marshmallow with Xiaomi's MIUI 7 on top. This is MIUI, so no app drawer, a lot of customization, both cosmetic thanks to the theme store and the endless array of themes that it brings with it, and deeper customization options with the ability to dig deep and control everything about what you have on your phone. The first-party Xiaomi apps work great, and the features MIUI brings to the table are usually more useful than gimmicky. The user experience here is quite good. That said, MIUI does have a few memory management issues that came to light when we pitted against the S7 in a speed test. The memory management does need some work, but like I said, the user experience still remains good despite it. The Mi 5 is priced at about 310